What's up, guys? It's David coming at you with another new release from Organic Prize Books. You've heard of all the best Phantom, Phantom of the Opera, Phantom Menace, Star Wars. Listen, people hate it. I thought it was great. I saw it when I was like 15 or whenever it came out, and I thought it was like, oh my god, double lightsaber. But that's okay. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about the Phantom Stranger Omnibus that was just recently released. Let me show that to you. Here is the front, the spine, very nice, and the back. And you know, the Phantom Stranger is one of those characters that originally, obviously, you'll see it here, started off different, I would say, than what his current counterpart is in the DC universe. I know now he's basically like this almost Spectre level quality or power character who like guides people. You know, he's one of those like basically like part of the Trinity. If you remember that whole New 52 aspect, it was him, Pandora, and the Spectre. I think so. I'm probably mistaken. You know, that's usual with David. So yeah, this is a pretty thick Omni from DC. So let's go ahead and jump into it so that you can see what's included in it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into this Phantom Stranger. And quality of the build is definitely what you're used to with DC for their Omnis, which, you know, standard for the course, part of the course. Numbered at the bottom. Of course, with these older comics, you always have a little bit more of this white border, just for the fact that the format was different back then. So, you know, even if they launched it to standard format for the Omnis now, you always have a little bit more edge space compared to like modern stuff. Let me tell you a little bit about the Phantom Stranger. Since its comics debut in 1952, the Phantom Stranger's origins have eluded readers. But while no one knows his true name or the full extent of his powers, one thing that is certain is he is a force for justice who mysteriously arrives whenever he is needed. DC Comics is proud to present the original adventures of the enigmatic investigator, spanning the Golden Age to the Bronze Age, assembled into one massive tome, which I agree this is a pretty big book. These restored tales shine new light on the Phantom Stranger's methods, but little else of his background. Dare you read on? And you know, if you saw the wraparound, it includes quite a bit of different stories. It jumps around, going back from 1952 to 1969. Then you got you know, different stories from like the Swamp Thing all the way to, you know, Justice League of America. So definitely the Phantom Stranger is one of those, I would say almost like, you know, the Spectre I know is supposed to be like the spirit of vengeance. Almost, well, he's not the spirit of vengeance. That's Ghost Rider. He's kind of like, okay, so the Spectre is Ghost Rider. I think the Phantom Stranger is a little bit, to me, more like Uatu, who's kind of like the Watcher. He shows up when he's needed. He's this force that kind of stands outside and looks in, but has interacted with like the major heroes, Batman, Superman, Justice League, and all that. So he definitely plays, you know, a bigger role behind the scenes, I would say. But yeah, very interesting character. I like DC in the sense that they have more like, I don't want to call them spiritual, but like I think definitely like their Justice League Dark is like that focused on magic, on the dark aspects of it. With Constantine, Swamp Thing is even that magical aspect. You know, who's that other, you know, Satan and stuff like that. So definitely one of those magical, mystical forces for the Phantom Stranger. Let's see what extras are included in this one. As you can see, is this part of the covers? No, is that still part of the comic book? Yeah, it's still part of the comic book. Let's take a look. Okay, Yeah, look like you still have stories back here. So really, it's almost entirely story content, which is great. You know, if you definitely want that information on him. Right here is where you get, I guess, a little bit more of his biography for the Phantom Stranger. Then some biographies of the writer and the writers and the artists and all that stuff. And that's it. So basically I think this is the least amount of extras that I've seen in an Omni ever. There's two pages of extras that are not story-based. So that's insane. I mean, you know, wow. There you go. So as you can see, that is the Phantom Stranger. This is definitely, like I said, he's one of those characters that, I'm not saying that he's not popular, but he's like definitely out there. So, you know, I don't know if you're going to be, if you're a DC fan, do you pick this up because you're interested in the character or just to complete your collection? But you let me know. Do you think Phantom Stranger is definitely a character worth being in an omnibus by himself, or obviously this DC just had to send it out? I don't know. I'm just going to give you my personal opinion. He's cool and all, but I don't know. I would really consider buying this Omni just for the fact that I don't know the Phantom Stranger too much. But listen, maybe that's the perfect entry point to jump into it and learn about him. So check it out, guys, at Organic Price Books. If you have any questions or comment, leave it down below, and I will see you in the next one.